June 2000 here. It's been quite a while. But yeah, I'm back, folks. I'm gonna continue doing more reviews, kicking ass, taking no names like a motherfucker. But yeah, happy you guys enjoyed my first three streams I have been doing on my channel. First up with the testing out, then going with the ranting stream with Nightmare on Elm Street 5, and then the Hangout stream. But of course, in a couple weeks later, I'm gonna do Graveyard Shift, Stephen King Graveyard Shift, which is one of the most underrated Stephen King movies out there. A lot better than shit 2017 and Cell. But all in all, I really enjoy Graveyard Shift. It's one of the most underrated Stephen King movies. It's even better than the novel. Because it is a short novel made into a full length 89-minute movie. So like that's pretty badass. And turns out the movie's actually better than the novel. Because sometimes there's novels that Stephen King made that are not that great compared to like the movie, especially the Running Man. The Running Man novel has a crappy ending, but on. Definitely looking forward to doing Graveyard Shift in the 2nd of July, which is in a couple weeks. But yeah, folks, I'm gonna do my rant on. Everybody calls me the Rant Master because I had a fun time ranting on that piece of shit. Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, which was a lot of fun. It was cool that Texas and Sean came to visit and we rant on that piece of shit. Like, it is a piece of shit from 1989. But this is the next movie that I'm gonna rant on. This piece of shit. This came out the same year with Nightmare on Elm Street 5, and it's another fifth movie, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. And of course, it has this crappy line. This time, they're ready. Ready for what? To the prom? Where the hell is this gonna go to? They're ready? that line does not even make any damn sense at all. But yeah, Halloween 5. This is a rant on the 1989 sequel, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, which I think is the most boring Halloween movie out there. I still think Halloween Ends is a piece of shit, but on I do put this above Halloween Ends, but I still think this movie kind of sucks. It does have some, like, to me, like, I used to hate part 6, but I actually like, I don't mind part 6, the theatrical cut, but this movie I think sucks more because this movie is just so damn boring. Nothing doesn't happen for a while. You get some shitty characters and then you some bullshit decision because Dominic Arterin Gerard, or I should call him Dominic Arterin Jerkoff, he was involved writing this piece of shit. And there was even two more writers that were involved in this piece of shit. So three writers had to write this piece of shit. Go figures. And of course, this was a rush movie like how Nightmare on Elm Street 5 was. Oh, because the previous movie came out in 1988. It had box office hit. It was a box office movie. So let's make it. And guess what? They rushed it into 1999, having this movie released with a rush script, half-ass story, and blah blah blah. More Michael Myers. Like we need more Michael Myers. We don't want to continue that story with the ending of part 4, which had one of the best endings in my opinion. Like they should have left that ending alone. They should have never even made this movie. They should have just went, oh, let's just do H2O instead. Like that should have been the one to go with. Like this should have never happened. Part 6 never should have happened. But yeah, this movie happened and it was rushed. Like Nightmare on Elm Street 5. And those are two of the worst movies from the franchises in that year of 1989. Like, but yeah, Halloween 5 truly sucks. And I know a lot of people love this movie. Like, I'll go some pros and I'll go some cons in it, but I'm cool with anybody love this movie, but I'm sorry, this movie kind of sucks. Halloween 5 is terrible. And yeah, I'm gonna go with the pros. I do like the look of the movie. There's some nice shots in the movie. And I do like some of the performance by Don Shanks playing Michael Myers when he's like killing some people. It's cool in some sequence. And I did like that laundry chute scene where Danelle Harris is trying to climb through and then Michael's stabbing her with a knife through the sheets of the laundry chute. And then it's pretty cool and well shot. It's suspenseful scene that looks like Jalo. Of course, the movie's supposed to be Jalo, but it doesn't mean shit because to me, rather see Dario Argento's movies that done Jalo movies better, or even Fulci movies. But damn, this movie really sucks. With the script being bad, with the dialogues. The damn dialogue says this, like, cookie, cookie woman. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, ba. Shut up, Max. I'll give you water in a second. Like, what the fuck? This script sucked, man. Like, and of course, some of the original actors came back from part 4. Came back. Danelle Harris came back. Ella Cornell came back. Beau Starr came back, and even Donald Pleasence as Dr. Samuel Loomis came back. But you know what? Some of these actors did not like the script when they came back. Especially Donald Pleasence, who played Dr. Loomis. He does not like the script. He wasn't happy with it. But he just went through it like, okay, I'll just get through this motherfucker and sleepwalk it. He knew the script sucked because they can write this shit good. And you know why? Because they made his character, Dr. Loomis, such an asshole in this movie. Not a total asshole like Rob Zombie, Halloween 2 Loomis, where he's a total dick in that one. No. They make his character such an asshole where he's like yelling at poor Jamie, Danelle Harris. Why are you helping him? Why are you trying to defend him? Pushing like the car out of the way. You think what he's going to do with that? Huh? He has a casket with a 9-year-old girl. Who do you think? Like, what the hell? That was out of place of the character. Like, why the hell is Loomis doing that shit? I know there's supposed to be reasons why, oh, he wants to find more information about Michael Myers, but this is out of character. Like, that's some stupid shit. I know they did that shit with Loomis in part 2 when he had to, like, point his gun at the marshal because the marshal was telling him that he has to go to he's driving him to Smith Grove, but he points the gun at the marshal and he tells him to turn the car around and he shoots the window and then they get to the hospital and he's all telling the marshal, look around, or I'm gonna shoot you, and then telling the nurse that's with him, you stay with me and shut up. I know some people may complain, oh, he was there a dick in that way. He wasn't a dick in that part because he's being a fucking hero. He's supposed to be a fucking hero in that scene. And that's why I love part 2 because he's a fucking hero. He wanted to say Jamie Lee Curtis' character, Laurie Strode, because he's there to destroy the boogeyman. He's there to be the superhero. He's there to be the fucking vigilante to kill Michael Myers. He's trying to save everybody. That's what he even did in part 4. Even that line where he's yelling at Beau Starr's character, Sheriff Minker, who returns in this movie. But in part 4, he has that line, Sheriff, what I seen between here and Richmond, a filling station in flames. I tell you, Michael Myers in here, in this town. He's here to kill that little girl and this anybody who gets in his way. It's true, Sheriff. Yeah, that's badass. Badass Loomis. But we don't get badass Loomis because he's a fucking asshole in this movie. But yeah, of course, the movie starts off with Halloween, 1989, with a boring ass opening where you see the knife is going and you have like boring music going on, do do do, like, and this boring font, and it's so they fucked up the intro where they show Halloween 5, but they don't put the Revenge of Michael Myers. It's just Halloween 5, so like that was a fuck up error right there. And then of course they go to the conclusion of part 4 where Laurie, I mean not I mean Rachel is played again by Ellie Cornell, throwing Michael off the truck, and then they're getting shot. Then Michael gets shot by Sheriff Minker and Al's gun boys shooting their shotguns at Michael and falling into the shaft, and then he falls into the mine shaft where he crawls away. He doesn't die from the dynamite they throw to kill him. He gets into a river, and then they play that fucking Halloween theme song, which is out of play. Like it doesn't feel like you. It doesn't fit to play the theme song right there. Like it just feels weird to play the theme song in that scene. Like it feels out of place. Like when he's like walking to the river, like that was just weird. And of course, he meets up with this old hermit with his talking parrot. And of course, the guy takes care of him after Michael tries to kill him, but he falls and faints. And the old guy takes care of him for a year, not calling the damn police and not taking his mask off. But of course, he takes his mask off, but like not calling the police. And then, of course, he wakes up, kills the old hermit. And of course, now we get to 1989 also with Jamie's character, played again by Danelle Harris, who's a mute now. She can't talk in the movie, so she's a mute. Great. And also, they don't make her a killer because they fucked that ending. Like, hey, you love that ending that she turned into a killer? Well, fuck you, dominant orange jerk off, for fucking up that ending and giving us this bullshit where she's gonna be a mute for a while. She has this weird psychic connection with Michael, and she's gonna have all these weird seizures and stuff. Like, what? That did not make any sense. If Alan B. McGraw and Dwight H. Little came back to do this movie, they would have not had this booking bullshit in this. They would have not had all this crap in here. Which I'll continue with more of that rant, but she has these seizures, and of course Loomis is taking care of, keeping an eye on her, and then as well as getting visited by her sister Rachel. And then of course you get the fucking Tina character played by Wendy Kaplan, which is the most annoying fucking character. Up there with Karen. Like those are some of the worst Halloween characters. Like Tina is so irritating, so unlikable. I know some people want to say that she's likable, but to me, I do not care for the Tina character. I felt she was so annoying throughout the movie. And yeah. Because of course we get introduced with her, and she's talking to Rachel and Jamie, and she's going on like acting like a dumbass, like what the fuck is that? And then of course Rachel's like getting ready for some party with Tina, and then she's getting ready, and then she gets killed 15 fucking minutes into the movie with a shitty lame death scene where it's just Michael stabbing her with a chest with the scissors, and that's it. No impactful sacrificial death to save Jamie later in the movie. No, that's some bullshit. Like that's what turned me off about the movie when I saw it a few years ago. Of course, I used to like it as a kid, but a few years ago, rewatching it, like this movie sucks, and I hate how they killed off Rachel. Even Ellie Cornell's another person that hated the script. She hated how her character died halfway in the movie. It's like the same thing. Like, yeah, I agree with how she was mad at this script. Like, this fucking script sucks. Like, they killed her off halfway. It's like the same thing they did with like when they did with the Dream Warriors. They killed them halfway in part 4, or even Randy in Scream 2, they killed one of the best characters from the Scream franchise in Scream 2, and they kill him off in a stupid ass way. And all in all, yeah, like I can see why she hated the script. Like, yeah, she got the Randy treatment. But yeah, this movie just really sucks. Where you get Tina and more of her bullshit. And yeah, we don't get Rachel, the best character from part 4, who was like one of the better final girls. She was great and charismatic, but no, they killed her off 15 minutes because Dominant Arden Jerkoff had the nerve to say, "Oh, we want the audience to feel shock and that everybody's not safe by Michael Myers." Bullshit! You didn't even have to do that in the first place, you fucking jerk off. But all in all, now we're stuck with the shitty characters, with and of course they made Loomis an asshole. Jamie's a mute, so she's not even gonna be able to talk throughout the movie until like halfway in. But all in all, we get Tina, and then she gets her stupid ass friend who's a blonde, and all in all, they're just dumbasses. I guess they're friends with. I don't know. Whatever the fuck the story. I don't care for these characters. They suck. They just come off as just a bunch of idiots and unlikable dumbasses. Of course, her boyfriend is Michael. Funny enough. And of course, Michael gets his kill where he fights Michael Myers. So it's like a Mikey versus Michael Myers match. It is a funny death scene. But all in all, it just feels stupid. And of course, Jamie has her freak out at the audition show with her with her mute, not mute. I mean, because she's a mute now and she can't talk, but she has a boyfriend in the movie who was like slow at speaking, but like she has a freak out and she's trying to translate, and she has that Cookie Monster line, Cookie Woman line, and of course Loomis is signal that, oh, it's Michael's gonna struck Tina, and of course Tina's an idiot, not knowing that her boyfriend has been in the car was not his boyfriend, it was Michael Myers. I'm gonna get cigarettes. Well, fuck your cigarettes. And of course, they take her to the clinic where Jamie's at because Jamie wants her to be safe. And then, of course, she's crying out to Tina, like, just have her stay. And Tina wants to go to the stupid fucking party because Tina's a fucking moron and doesn't want to stay, making the poor girl cry for her. Like, what an asshole Tina is. Like, I'm like, fuck this character. Like, yeah, I'm supposed to be liking this character. Fuck this character. She sucks. Even Loomis tells her, why don't you just stay? Stay with the little girl. And of course, she has the balls to say, oh, you just having a girl because she's scaring about this boogeyman stuff. It's true, dumb bitch. So, yeah. Of course, she goes to the dumbass fucking party. And of course, you get these clown ass music by these bubbling cops with the fucking clown music bullshit. And of course, you get to the farm party and then they fucking stupid. And then Tina's two friends, the boy and the girl, having like one of the lame sex scenes where he's wearing his clothes. And of course, Michael stabs him with a pitchfork, which is pretty awesome. And also kills the dumb bimbo with a scythe, which is pretty satisfying. But all in all, Tina's an idiot. Should have listened to Jamie, and of course, Jamie went there to save, trying to go there to save her. And of course, they had the chase sequence with the car, which is pretty cool, but all in all, pretty damn dangerous too. And of course, Michael tries to kill Jamie, but Tina has a sacrificial sacrifice where, oh, she gets stabbed in the chest and she dies instead of Rachel. It should have been Rachel, motherfucker. And yeah, that pisses the fuck out of me. And all in all, she gets saved by Minker and his sheriff boys, and Loomis is there as well to aid them. of course, he's telling Michael go home, and then of course they have all the SWAT people raided there, and of course they're signals to the clinic to see that Michael's there. He's been spotted, and then also throughout the movie, you see this guy in the Men in Black suit, and you're wondering who the fuck is this guy. And of course, you get to the end because he shoots out the prison. Nobody didn't know who the fuck he was when they wrote this she's a crap script. They didn't know who the hell. They just randomly put this fucking character in there that didn't make any damn sense until you get like a result in part 6. But that was also pretty dumb too. Like having like a plot hole of a character that's not even explained. Very fucking plot hole around that. And he's supposed to have like the same symbol, thorn symbol as Michael, because Michael has a thorn symbol. It turns out that's a fucking thorn Colts symbol from the part 6. And then Michael makes his way to the house, and the damn house looks like a Victorian mansion. Doesn't even look like the Meyer house. And that's supposed to be the Meyer house? Like, that's some shitty way to like find that out and make it a setting for that. Like, that does not look like a Mexican house. It looks like a regular neighborhood 2-story house. It doesn't look like a Victorian big mansion house. That's just really weird. And big fuck up mistake they made there. And of course, Loomis tries to gets there, breaks one of the sheriff's radios, traps him so he could entrap so they could use Jamie and the sheriff as bait so he could get Michael into a fucking trap, which I thought was so stupid in the fucking first place to make Loomis such an asshole like this. And of course, you get the laundry chute after Michael killed that sheriff and hung him, and then Loomis is just like using Jamie as a bait, like what the fuck? And then he has that stupid scene where he's like hairnets the Michael Myers, tranquilize him, has the little 2x4 and starts winging on him. Die, die, Michael, die, die. Of course, they recreate that shit in part 6 with Tommy and Michael, but it was just pretty laughable, and also it was kind of stupid when the filmmaker said like, "Oh, when you hear that, you realize that Loomis is dead at the end because when he's too close to Michael's chest, he actually dies from a heart attack." So like, well, great. They grilled that character off, but they brought him back in part 6. And of course, in the police station, they let him wear his fucking mask while he's in chains and waiting in the jail cell. Of course, you get the Men in Black guy who comes back in the story and shoots out the police station and kills everybody. Even Beau Starr's character, Sheriff Minker's dead as well, but not shown. Only stills are shown about him being killed in the movie, so that's confirming that his character's killed. And then, of course, Jamie's looking around, seeing all the dead bodies around, and she's saying no after she sees Michael's cage has been broken through and he's gone. And there's a bunch of smoke and shoots of guns around. And that ends the fucking movie. I'm like, what? That was fucking stupid. But yeah, nobody didn't know who the fuck the Men in Black character was because they wrote that as a random fucking storyline that just had a plot hole around it. Nothing. No story behind it. And no purpose. So, like, what was the fucking point of the Men in Black character? And also the music kind of sucks here. Like, it just feels, it doesn't even feel like entertaining music from the Halloween theme song. The theme song kind of sucks. It has like this weird static piano music. Like, ugh, it just doesn't sound that entertaining to me. It's like probably the weakest theme song in the franchise, but yeah, this was weak. And also, if Alan B. Malgura and Dwight H. Little came back to make this movie, you would have not have all this stupid shit in there. You would have not had Jamie as a mute. She would have been a killer. You would have not had Rachel killed off halfway. She would have been a sacrificial death scene where she would save Jamie in the crossfire and be a badass character to finally let that character have a badass showdown with Michael. Have Loomis stay as the character in part 4 and part 2 and part 1, saving everybody, protecting Jamie, not having be an arrogant asshole. Have no stupid Tina in there, no stupid ass characters that suck. I think they would have brought back Lindsay from part 4. That would have been a better character to see in the movie than fucking Tina. But on I think this movie really sucks. This is the most boring Halloween movie out there. It really, really sucks ass. And I would say it's even worse than the part 5 Nightmare on Elm Street movie that I ranted on that piece of shit. Like, I would say this movie is more of a piece of shit. Because at least in part 5, at least I was invested in some of that the story, like the story of Mike Freddy wanted to hunt Alice's baby. Like, that's interesting. But all in all, that movie still sucks. But I still like some parts of it. But this movie just doesn't feel appealing. It just feels like it doesn't even feel like any. It doesn't even feel like an October Halloween movie at all. So like, it makes that movie. This makes this kind of sucky to watch. But yeah, that's my rant on Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, which I think is a straight up boring piece of shit. And it sucks. One of the most boring movies out there in the original franchise. Like, this is when the franchise was starting to fuck up right here. Not part 3. This was the fuck up right here in the franchise. That's the same thing that goes with Nightmare on Elm Street 5. That's where the fuck it was coming. But yeah, that's my rant for Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, folks. Hit the like, subscribe, and take care, folks. Bye-bye.